Picture water so thick with murk, your dive light just stops. And somewhere out in the black, something ancient is watching you. My dive buddy and I went on a dive down to 30 meters or 100 feet with water so murky you could barely see your own hand. Most people look at conditions like this and stay home, but the ocean doesn't close up shop when it's murky or the sun goes down. What we found down there is exactly why I keep coming back. The water around us looked like cold pea soup that night. You shine your light out and the beam just stops due to the dense nutrients in the water and bounces back, which we call backscatter. Our dive lights try their best to cut thin white beams through that murk. And beyond those beams, there was nothing, just black darkness. And then suddenly, out of the black, came a pair of glowing black eyes. It was a spotted ratfish, an ancient relative of sharks that is completely harmless to people. They have big pectoral fins that stick out like airplane wings, and they swim by doing slow barrel rolls through the water. It's amazing to see. It really looks like they're trying to fly instead of swim. And this one just drifted past us, checking us out with those big eyes capable of seeing in very low light. It was just doing its nightly patrol, looking for crabs and clams on the bottom. And it didn't care that we were there at all. And by the way, if you're enjoying this video, now is a great time to smash that like button and subscribe. This channel is all about scuba stories, dive adventures, and underwater encounters that bring you closer to the ocean. If you're enjoying it, please do share with others. But right now, in this dark abyss, we need to keep moving. By the time we got down to 30 meters or 100 feet, the sunlight was completely gone. Not a trace of the ambient light left. Just you, your buddy, and the beam of your light carving a small hole in that darkness. You feel the depth because the sound travels differently down there. It's like the world was wrapped inside a blanket and all the sounds feel so muffled and elongated. While there, we were following a fixed line at the bottom, which is basically like underwater breadcrumbs keeping you from drifting off into the black. And that's when my buddy's light caught something red. It was an Eastern Pacific red octopus, also called ruby octopus. And those little guys can get a good size and sometimes be mistaken for giant Pacific octopodes. And what's cool is they can change color like a mood ring on their whole body. So 1 second it was brick red, then it was white, and then the next it turned a mottled brown to match the rocks around. It watched us with those 3 little eyelash spots just below its eyes. What's really fascinating is scientists didn't even know this species existed until 1953, which tells you everything about how good they are at hiding. Eventually, it just melted into the seafloor and it was gone. And I love moments like that. But the best parts of the dive were not over yet. We checked our gas supply and started our ascent back up. And going back up to the surface should be done slowly. But that's okay, because here, there's a lot of things to see. It's a shore dive, which means we just follow the gentle slope down and then back up. And while going back up, we just stop every so often just to let our bodies adjust, and we take it slow. We continue to follow the line, which meanders through a bunch of different obstacles, around pipes, and old structures on the bottom. And what's interesting is in the dark, every shape looks wrong, while your brain starts to play tricks on you. A rock could become a monster. A shadow becomes a wall. But that's also the cool part of night diving, or diving with little light. You never know what will pop around the next corner. We stuck near the line like glue, because if you lose that line in this kind of visibility, you can start swimming in circles without even knowing. Your buddy becomes a second pair of eyes, so you watch each other and stay on the lookout for anything interesting. Then, through the murk, we saw them. Clusters of white capsules clinging to the rocks like tiny underwater lanterns. Each one was a squid egg case. And if you imagine a bunch of grapes where every single grape holds hundreds of baby squids learning to swim, then you're pretty close. Scientists used to think squid just laid their eggs and left. But as of 2024, very recently, some research has shown that squids actually stay and guard their eggs. And these squids were still right there, keeping watch at a nearby and safe distance from us. They drifted around their egg clusters like guards on a night shift, not aggressive at all, just protecting parents hovering in the dark. Some of them were no bigger than your finger, and others were full grown, watching from a very polite distance. We hung there for a minute, hovering perfectly still, because this is something you don't want to disturb. It's life happening right in front of you in total darkness. No sunlight, no crowds, just a family of squid doing what families do, and that is truly amazing. Ultimately, we continued forward until we broke the surface and the cold air hit our faces. My friends and I just looked at each other and started laughing. The ocean doesn't care if it's dark or murky or cold. It's amazing what you can find whenever you go for a dive. Ultimately, it just keeps going, and there's always something waiting for you down there. If you enjoyed this video, I have a perfect video to follow it up with here. Otherwise, YouTube thinks you might like this one here. Check it out. The more you know, the more you'll love and protect the ocean. Until next time.